Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin has just gotten another major dump and people are getting wrecked all over the place. But try not to panic because a very nice level is coming up. Let me show you. Probably right now you're asking yourself, why did Bitcoin actually get a push towards downside in the first place? And what you're right now going to see. Pay attention to our CVD indicator that is measuring if brand new buying or selling pressure is coming in the market. We got a major push towards the upside, which means buying pressure is coming in the market, and also open interest got a push towards the upside, which means people exactly at this specific area are entering brand new long positions. Of course, logically thinking, if people are entering long positions, technically speaking, we should also be moving towards the upside. But that yesterday, unfortunately, it was not the case. Lower highs on Bitcoin, higher highs on CVD, push towards the upside on the open interest, bearish absorption, bearish divergence, and of course also a bearish Bitcoin indication. That is why we got another push towards the upside, breaking our recent low at approximately 111.6 thousand US dollar area. And probably you also know, I was in a long position exactly from this specific low, but fortunately for me, I had the stop loss at break even. I got stopped out on my long trade, but also additionally, I still do remain in my other short positions from much higher on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, and also on XRP. And later in the video, yes, I'm going to share with you exactly where we can be looking for another long trade on Bitcoin if the opportunity is going to be offered to us. But as of right now, it really does look like people have literally zero clue of what they are doing in the market. How do I know that? Pay attention right now to the liquidations in the past 24 hours. Almost 640 million of long positions wiped out from the entire crypto market. This right here is quite a big number, and it really proves my point. People are not setting stop losses, they have literally zero clue of how risk management actually works. And also, something I posted about yesterday on Twitter, where I actually said that yes, bounce or no bounce, risk management decides who survives. If you're not going to be setting stop losses, if you're not going to have proper position sizes, of course, sooner rather than later, you are going to get wrecked. And right now with the push down, it really proves my point that yes, people are getting liquidated all over the place. But as of right now, fortunately for us, we are seeing some bullish indications exactly at the area where Bitcoin is trading as of right now. We are going to zoom out on the 4-hourly time frame and apply our Achler stochastic CG oscillator on our chart. Something I really wanted to see for Bitcoin to form. And yes, as of right now, we are seeing a double bottom pattern on the Achler stochastic. And additionally, Bitcoin is already grabbing the liquidity exactly below the recent lows. A double bottom pattern on the Achlers on the 4-hourly is definitely a bullish Bitcoin indication. Now, the last time we got a double bottom pattern, it was back in July, and actually it played out beautifully. Double bottom right here, grabbed liquidity below the recent lows, pump it literally straight towards another higher high. So it does look like those double bottom patterns are really going to be a very nice bullish Bitcoin indications, especially if we combine them with another very important levels. And as you probably know, we are already as of right now taking the liquidity below this specific low, and if we are going to go just slightly lower towards downside, Bitcoin is going to hit another major liquidity level. I'm not going to show you that level right now because first of all, I want to share with you what is also happening on the RSI indicator. What you're right now seeing on BTC, lower lows are being formed. On the RSI, on the other hand, higher lows are being formed. So this right here is also going to be some kind of a bullish Bitcoin indication, and it right now means bullish divergence is being formed on the 4-hourly, on the RSI indicator, and also as we said before, we are seeing a bullish indication on the Achler stochastic CG oscillator forming a double bottom pattern. All of those indications are of course bullish Bitcoin indications, but the thing is, we still right now be slightly more patient before we fire another long position. Before we do talk about that, I would really appreciate for you to smash up the like button because 1000 likes are really possible, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me right now do share with you what is going to be right now the most important level you should really be aware of, because just slightly lower, Bitcoin does have another major liquidity level. pay attention at the time once Bitcoin was pumping towards another all-time high. This specific low was formed at approximately 110.5 thousand US dollar area. And exactly right here, of course, it is going to be another liquidity level that as of right now still has not been hit. We got a very slight front run of our liquidity level. So if right now Bitcoin is going to go lower, we can definitely look towards our next liquidity level, where of course potentially we might be interested to fire another long or buying position. Not only that, remember, we are still moving in a significant horizontal range once we are talking about this major price action that has been forming for the past couple of weeks. As of right now, if you look like that, we are approximately at the bottom of our range. Couple of days ago, we were at the top of the range, and usually what we say, trade the range until it actually breaks. We are more bullish at the bottom of the range, we are more bearish at the top of the range. Yes, unfortunately, we also need to know, overall speaking, we are in a downtrend. 4-hourly exponential moving averages are right now bearish. 50 EMA is below 200 EMA on the 4-hourly, on the 2-hourly, and also on the 1-hourly time frame. So for me to right now say Bitcoin is looking extremely bullish, unfortunately, this is not the case. We are in a downtrend on all major time frames. And not only we are in a downtrend, only a couple of days ago, Bitcoin also lost the major volume level because you can right here see value area low at 115,000 US dollars is as of right now still acting as a major area of resistance. And this value area low right here is really not a random level. We can also go with our anchored VWAP and anchor it exactly at the all-time high. This one is curving lower and lower and lower, and it's probably going to align with our value area low. So we right now know Bitcoin is not looking as bullish anymore because we are below the value area low, and also because we are still trading in a major downtrend. But that does not mean that I would right now be looking for another short position after Bitcoin has already gotten a major push towards the upside of approximately 10%. Yes, I do remain in all of my short positions. However, I'm going to be taking even more profits on all of those shorts once Bitcoin is going to continue its way towards the upside. And yes, also, I'm going to look to enter another long trade on a potential liquidity grab or a swing failure pattern approximately at 110.4 thousand US dollars. Now, additionally, why overall speaking, I would really like to see a bounce towards the upside, why overall speaking, I am more interested to fire another long trade, simply because pay attention right now to the Bitcoin liquidation heat map on the 2-week time frame. Biggest liquidations on Bitcoin are not below the recent lows. They're actually exactly above the recent highs. We're at approximately 119.4 thousand US dollars. We are going to liquidate 300 million of short positions from the entire crypto market. And remember, liquidation levels are acting as a magnet for Bitcoin, which definitely it is going to be a bullish Bitcoin indication. And not only that, something that the entire Twitter is right now talking about is going to be the CME futures gap. Yes, as of right now, Bitcoin does have a major gap, and this specific gap does have a 90% probability that is going to get filled. So if we look like that, there is right now a 90% chance we do see a push towards the upside sooner rather than later towards the area of approximately 117.2 thousand US dollar area. That is why I am telling to you, looking for long positions where we are as of right now, in my opinion, is a better way to trade right here, simply because I am not interested to fire a short after we have gotten a major push down. I am only looking right now for long positions, not only on Bitcoin, literally on the entire cryptocurrency market. That is why if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus without KYC and without VPN, because right now with BitUnix right here, with the second link down below, we are hosting a very exclusive campaign. Only after you register and after initial deposit, you're going to get VIP level 3, and after you deposit, you're going to get a 20% deposit bonus. Additionally, you're going to get up to 40 USDT in future bonuses. Now, this specific campaign is right now valid only for the next 3 days, so take advantage of the free bonuses after you register and after initial deposit with the second link down below. Now, let me actually share with you also something right now happening on the order flow, because we are seeing once again the exact same thing what we also got yesterday. Higher highs are being formed on the CVD, lower highs on Bitcoin. So this right here is right now also saying to us slightly lower targets are potentially possible before Bitcoin is maybe even going to see a bigger bounce towards the upside. That is why I am telling to you, for now, the best thing is to stay slightly more patient, because we are seeing some bearish absorption. Literally something I already posted about on Twitter 1 hour ago, where I said bearish absorption is right now in play. That is why it's also so important for you to follow me on Twitter, because I'm giving you updates almost in real time. This right here is of course bearish Bitcoin indication. So right now, ideally, we are looking for a push down. We are looking for Bitcoin to take out the low right here, and then we are not going to immediately open up another long trade. You need to see a sign of strength. And maybe right now you're wondering, what exactly am I talking about? So if right now Bitcoin does see another push down, we grab liquidity below the recent low, you need to wait for the candle close above our recent low. This right here is then going to say to us successful swing failure pattern. We are seeing multiple bullish indications on our Adler stochastic CG oscillator, on the semi futures chart, on the liquidation chart right here. So that is why if we trade with probabilities, I would say if the swing failure pattern is going to be successful right here, we can be looking for a high probability long position. That does not mean 100% probability, because the reality is nothing in trading is 100%. If the level is going to be then broken towards the upside, in that case, of course, we are going to look for our lower target, which is then going to be our major golden Fibonacci ratio at approximately 108,000 US dollars. But as of right now, another major liquidity level is coming up. We know also we have a major semi gap, major liquidations, double bottom pattern on our Adlers, bullish divergences on the RSI indicator. So that is simply why, no, I am not looking for new shorts right here. I'm only interested to potentially fire another long position of Bitcoin with proper risk management, with proper stop loss placement, just in case we are going to then go even lower towards our major golden Fibonacci ratio. That is right now why make sure you take an advantage of the free bonus, no KYC, no VPN, with the second link down below after you register and after initial deposit, because as of right now, you still do have some time, and then simply open up your first trade. Also right now, thank you very much for smashing up the like button.